Good morning, welcome to Old Trafford, ahead of the Manchester derby here today. About an hour and 15 minutes or so away from kick-off, just under 15 minutes away from team news. We'll have that for you first on the MEN's United versus City live blog. Turnstiles are open here now for pan around. You can see a few fans just starting to fill up. There's the away end behind me where you can see the stewards, a few City fans in there already. Looking behind me, it looks like it's stopped raining now. It's still pretty grey, as you can see, but it was chucking it down with rain earlier on. It's proper derby day weather. It does seem to have relented for now, but the pitch is going to be pretty slick, I would think, and it does feel like proper derby weather. A lot of the chat in the press room pre-match is that this is a real tough fixture to call. United obviously been in great form recently, 8 wins in a row, been playing pretty well, I think it would be fair to say, and getting some good results there. Won 15 of the 18 games since that 6-3 at the Etihad back in October. The team that you think are hard to call today are City. Just a sort of strange vibe around City recently. Obviously that performance in midweek at Southampton was awful, as bad as they've played in a long time. Guardiola's been a lot more critical of his players recently in press conferences. Has been saying since that Southampton game that he felt that was coming all season, and just that lack of consistency, it's very un-City-like, really. I think arguably they've not been this inconsistent since maybe his first season in charge, and they can still play brilliantly. The Chelsea game last week was fantastic. The way they did Liverpool in the Carabao Cup, a superb performance. The win at Leeds, they were pretty good, but then you throw in the Brentford and Everton games at home, and then Southampton, and there is just a bit of inconsistency around City at the moment. So I think that's what's making it hard to call. If City turn up here and produce a response to Wednesday night and play their best football that we know they're capable of, I don't think there's any doubt that they'd get the victory, but it's that kind of inconsistency that just makes you wonder what City will turn up and how that game will pan out. And it is going to be a real test because, as Guardiola said yesterday, there's no doubt United have improved since that first derby. That City won 6-3, and I mean 6-3 flattered United that day, didn't it? City was 6-1 up with 4 or 5 minutes to go. 2 late goals from Martial. That was never a 6-3 game. City were far more dominant than that. But I don't think we'll see that today. I think it's going to be a lot closer and a lot tougher game for City. Feels like a big one they need to win. It's a really decisive week in the title race. We're only about halfway through the season, but City have got this fixture, and then Tottenham in midweek on Thursday. Arsenal have got Tottenham tomorrow, and then United next weekend. So two really tough weeks for both teams, really, in that title race. And it could be decisive, especially the way City are playing at the moment. You feel if they can find their form and get the win here and then beat Tottenham at home, it will be huge for them, and it's going to be a really tough ask for Arsenal to get 6 points out of 6 in those 2 games. So an opportunity for City, but probably a week that comes with a little bit of risk as well, given their recent form. Like I say, we'll have that team news for you now on 11:30 UK time. Guardiola confirming yesterday John Stones is out. We know Ruben Diaz is out as well, so Ake and Akanji are going to be certain starters. Whether we see Ake at left back or Cancelo at left back and Ake at centre back, we shall wait and see. Midfield, Rodri and De Bruyne. Then it's going to be a case of Bernardo or Gundogan. I think Bernardo might well get the nod. Pep loves Bernardo in big games. Brings that sort of layer of control. And then obviously Haaland up front, and believe Foden is starting today. Did think Foden might be used from the bench, but obviously he got that hat-trick in the game at the Etihad. So I think Foden is starting with Haaland, and then you would imagine Mahrez is going to be the other name in that front three. Obviously he didn't come on at all in midweek at Southampton. Has been playing pretty well of late, so I would think Mahrez would be in that team. Haaland, it's easy to say Haaland's going to be a key man, but he is the difference maker. You would think United short of a centre forward. Martial facing a late fitness test, so they're not sure if he's going to start or not. And Haaland's goal scoring record obviously remains supreme, and he's got a little bit of history with United, it'd be fair to say, so I think he'll be desperate to get on the score sheet here today and maybe try and repeat that hat-trick he got in the reverse fixture. So yeah, you can see the stands filling up a bit more now. I'll show you that away end again, just over there. A few City fans creeping in now. So we'll have the team news for you in the next 10 minutes or so. All of Guardiola and Ten Hag's pre-match comments. They're from 12:30. We'll have all the live action for you from Old Trafford, and plenty more action and reaction into the afternoon. But that's all for now.